If it go down right now. Okay, now, hey.
You the same move twice, and it's that varied offensive game that really keeps defenses off balance.
And another thing about his game that's really noticeable is how well he handles defensive pressure when he's getting his shot off. He's a very composed shooter.
The Heat trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Miami. Well, guys, at this point, while still many things can change, their record is not on par with their performance last year. Maybe a cause for concern, but something they are well aware of.
Checking out Miami, they've still managed a lot of positive results this season, but maybe not just as much success as they had in mind.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, if you had asked them before the season where they expected to be in the standings at this point, I'd say it was probably higher than where they are right now.
Chalmers dishes to Dang. Clock at 6. Rebound, Milwaukee. This, of course, their first chance to play Miami this season.
This game kicks off what should be an interesting season series between these clubs. And, of course, they'll see each other 4 times this year.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Well, as Steve was saying, Clark, they're in the same conference. There's going to be a lot of familiarity there. And who knows, after that, they may see each other in the playoffs, too, if all goes right for them.
Well, that's certainly a possibility, Kevin, but we've got a long way to go before that scenario comes to pass.
That's right.
Well, when you're the worst team in the league, any game is tough, particularly when you're on the road. It's going to be hard no matter where you play, and that clearly was the case for the Bucks.
It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. The Heat shooting their first free throw of the evening.
They have a very average shooting team in terms of the free throw line, about 76% a year ago.
Bucks with the second fewest road wins in the league last year, Steve, with only 5. Every trip seemed like a nightmare.
Yeah, there really wasn't much they could do other than chalk it up as a learning experience. But, what a difficult way to go through the entire season. Antetokounmpo, 6'9" on draft day with a 7'3" wingspan. They say he's still growing. He could be over 7 feet tall when all is said and done. And he's got good ball handling skills. He could actually be an elite talent. When you bring his name up, what I can't get out of my head is how ferocious he is as a rebounder.
That's really a good way to describe him. He devotes so much energy to his work on the boards, it makes him hard to handle.
Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee. John Henson building on the promise of his rookie year, Steve, more than doubling his minutes last season.
Yeah, continuing that strong production. He upped his field goal percentage, 6th in the league in blocks per game, and the length and athleticism and range to one day become, I think, an elite defender.
They get it back. This is to Delfino. Pass to Middleton. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Here's Marshall. Releases from the wing and drills it. Marshall's got his first basket of the night. Miami leading by 6.
When you talk about Henson's rim protection, I tell you what, he's one of the best in the league at blocking shots without fouling. He keeps that separation between his body and the shot maker. Pretty impressive for a player in just his second season in the NBA.
Here's Marshall after Danny Granger's bucket.
And a chance here to check out how the Bucks ranked in the NBA last season. 11th in blocks, 17th in assists. As for three-point shooting, not a strong point for them. Top 20 in the league. They've got room for improvement in that area.
That one is no good.
Boy, stone
breakdown here for the Heat.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got. John Henson out there with Pachulia. Then there's Carlos Delfino. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Walters in at the 1. Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, Kevin, after LeBron James left, many assumed that Chris Bosh would follow suit and head to Houston. But Bosh said his heart was in Miami, and he signed a 5-year max extension to remain with the Heat. Bosh said he harbors no bitterness towards LeBron and still feels the Heat have the infrastructure to compete for a title. We'll see, gentlemen.
Championship organization, Doris, but some work ahead of them, certainly. Thanks. And the shot is good.
To move the ball more, less isolation. We coined it pace and space. Guys, that hasn't changed.
Even without LeBron, Doris, they have personnel to score. Thanks. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
And stolen by Ilyasova. Throws down the breakaway jam.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
It feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Chalmers dishes to Bosh. Dang. 6 to shoot. And he uses the glass on the layup. Dang's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Excellent execution of the plan there.
Here is Bayless. He's coming off a 13-point game against Orlando. And Parker gets it to go. The assist by Bayless. Bayless has got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Wade, leading by 5. Deflects the pass. Puts up the prayer. Shot is no good. And then through the first half. Third quarter starting here now.
The Bucks have not defended well against Dang.
9 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Now, a lot of times, he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
Chalmers and D. Wade are the guards. Nick Roberts at the 4, with Bosh at center. And it's Dang in at the 3 slot. So that's who Eric Spoelstra starts the second half with.
Well, Mario Chalmers, coming into last season, made a bet with Ray Allen about how much each can slim down and get in peak shape. It seemed to pay dividends for Chalmers in particular, who had probably the best season of his NBA career.
Sanders with the double team. Here's McRoberts. Rebound by Parker.
And Chalmers really not the quickest point guard in the league, but he has active hands defensively and pretty good feet. And those takeaways help get the Heat out in the open court, which certainly plays to their strengths.
The Heat leading by 7. Wade drives in. And Chalmers, more of a role player for the Heat. Not a huge playmaker, Steve, but he can knock down open threes.
Yeah, he's an efficient scorer, and his passing has gotten better over the last couple of seasons. He's a perfect role player for Miami because he can guard opposing point guards extremely well and then slide off the ball when Wade hasn't. There, they have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Hits it from 3-point range. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
There's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes in this defense.
It should be easy to correct, though, if you start making the right rotations defensively.
And it's rejected. Back to Parker. The feed to Antetokounmpo. Parker outside. And he draws body contact. Looked like a blocking foul, and he was in the shooting motion. So he'll head to the free throw line. 3 trips to the line so far for him in this one. And the Bucks making a change here. Walters checked in. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Not a typical trip to the line for him there. He had been knocking them down today.
Allen drives in. Granger outside. 3-pointer. Count that one. Granger's got 10 points. Walters dishes to Pachulia. Solid play in the low finisher around the rim. One of the league's preeminent slashers.
Yeah, he's extremely productive in the pick and roll, able to score and make plays for others with his outstanding vision.
Marshall, defended by Chalmers. And Marshall kicks to Antetokounmpo. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's on Chris Bosh.
last season was a tough one for the Bucks, but for the man they call the Greek Freak, it was a great situation, able to play big minutes and kind of took his lumps early, but got a chance to be an excellent player.
Carlos Delfino's checked in for Kendall Marshall. And the veterans on the team have really embraced Jibo, as they call it. He has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. On to Tecumbo, dishes to Sanders. Tries to save it. Parker's shot is off.
That'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed many second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to. But injury struck once again, and they were forced to ship Deng off to help in the next rebuilding project. First time Deng has ever played in a different uniform.
In the air. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two.
Yeah, the referee's all over that one.
No doubt about it. Clearly a foul. Nothing to argue about there.
And Luol Deng Clark, one of only 5 Bulls in history to play in a 10th year with the team, the 4th leading scorer in their franchise's history.
And Coach Thibodeau called him the glue of the team, the Velcro guy. But despite everything he meant to the organization, his free agency weighed heavily. He refused a significant extension offer, so they felt they had to go in a different direction.
After a 2012-13 season in which Larry Sanders received the 3rd most votes for most improved in the league, not to mention a 4-year, $44 million extension from the Bucks. Steve, a lot was expected last season.
Yeah, and unfortunately, a lot was not delivered. Injuries and various off-the-court issues kind of made it a season to forget for Sanders. So this year will be one of redemption. He needs to find that form from a couple of years ago.
It's stolen by Tecumbo. Makes the lead pass. And the dunk by Sanders.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
The Heat leading by 18.
And Sanders, tearing a ligament in his thumb during an off-the-court scuffle early in the season. It cost him 6 weeks. And he just put together his best game of the season when his stray elbow fractured his right orbital bone and put him out of commission once again. Tough break. Some of it self-inflicted, some of it bad luck.
And for Sanders, the injuries, unfortunate. I think some of the off-the-court decision-making issues were even more of a concern for the Bucks. They made him a big part of their future, and they're hoping they can rely on him moving forward.
Both shots good from the stripe.
The Milwaukee Bucks are a team that's tried season after
everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
And that'll do it for Clark Kellogg.